You've worked hard all your life, but now with the increased cost of living, rising rents and property prices going through the roof, there has never been a better time to move to idyllic, affordable, beautiful Seminyak, Bali. Now for only under 250,000 Australian dollars, let us show you how you can live the lifestyle of your dreams in a brand new home that's yours for life, all with our wraparound 24-hour support service, ensuring your absolute ongoing peace of mind.
Hi everyone, my name is Gary Pradana from Yaran Property Group. We are right here in beautiful Bali, where I'm currently in our display unit here at the Lagoon Seminyak residence. And today's video will be a quick video. We're going to discuss about Bali's weather so that you can prepare yourself for each season when you're considering living here permanently in beautiful Bali. So Bali has a tropical climate and it offers a relatively warm temperature all year round. And unlike places with 4 distinct seasons, Bali's tropical climate follow a different pattern. So knowing what to expect will help you adjust into living here more comfortably. So in general, the temperature in Bali ranges in between 20 degrees Celsius to 32 degrees Celsius. As you can imagine, it's a tropical climate. And in general, all year round, we only have 2 seasons. So the main 2 seasons are the dry seasons and the wet seasons. Dry season is normally between the month of April all the way to October, and wet season is in between November and March. During the dry seasons, you can expect a sunny day with a lower humidity level, although it's actually still pretty high, but relatively lower for Bali, and of course minimal rainfall. Meanwhile, for the wet season, it's a much higher humidity level, as the name suggests, with a lot of short but intense showers. And also, considering the sun being over the southern hemisphere, it makes the dry period in between the rain could be a little bit more intense with the sun, so it could feel a little bit toasty. So dress appropriately will be better for you to adapt to Bali's climate. So let's break down the season in terms of a period of months throughout the year. So in between April and June, this is generally where the dry season starts. It offers a warm temperature with a lot less rain. This is actually the best period for you if you want to plan for outdoor activities such as water sport or sightseeing or enjoying the nature. This is the best period for you to plan that activities. And for July to August, this is actually, for me personally, as someone who was born and raised here in Bali, this is the best weather. With beautiful breeze, there's a strong eastern wind that brings that beautiful cooling breeze. So you have a lot of cooler evenings. The sunsets is amazing, especially in South Bali. And yeah, however, this period is also the peak tourist season. That's why I said if you want to plan outdoor activities, it's best in the start of the dry season because of the less crowd. But during July or August, although it's the best weather, you have to remember that it's the peak tourist season. So if you want to plan activities here, book in advance and plan your travel because traffic could be a bit difficult in certain areas. Next up, in between September and October, this is generally the end of the dry season. Still a pretty pleasant weather. However, with fewer crowds, it offers a more relaxed atmosphere, so you have more options on what activities you want to plan during this period. And lastly, during the wet season, which is November to March, yeah, this is the bulk of the wet season, which could be a paradox, as I suggested earlier. With a lot higher and more intense rainfall, we have to admit there are occasional flooding in certain areas here in Bali. So planning your trips and planning your travels, where you want to have your activities is very important. And also, as I mentioned earlier, in between the rainfalls, the sun could be pretty intense. So dress appropriately and bring sunscreen as a precaution is always advisable. So yeah, let's get into the main tips on what to remember in terms of how to survive the weather here in Bali. Number 1 is, of course, dress appropriately. So generally, throughout the year, wearing something that is lightweight or breathable is advisable to adapt to the change in the weather. But specifically for the wet season, it's advisable for you to bring umbrellas or raincoat because the rain is really unpredictable, and especially if you travel with scooter or if you use public transport, such as the scooter taxi or we call Gojek or Grab bike, it's really advisable to have your own raincoat, because to access certain areas in Bali, you can only access it with that scooter taxi. And yeah, next up is also to remember to have your sun protection. So the UV index in Bali is relatively high all year round, and so it's advisable to use sunscreen wisely, wear hats, sunglasses, and other protective wearables to protect you from the high UV index, and yeah, just protect yourself from the danger of that high UV from the sun. Lastly, it's advisable to plan your activities according to the season. As I've mentioned earlier, outdoor activities are generally better during the start of the dry season, and meanwhile during the wet season, try to opt for more indoor activities with minimal travel throughout your area. So generally plan to have activities around where you live. So if you plan to live here in Seminyak in South Bali, plan your activities around that area. So yeah, now you know that Bali is generally friendly, offering warm temperatures all year round and making it an ideal destination for many. However, the sun can be harsh and the rain can be intense, but hey, what do you know? That's the charm of Bali. If you're planning to make Bali your home, adjusting to the tropical climate is easier with the right support. And at Yaran, we have what we call our Concierge Service as part of our Lease for Life offering here in Bali. And our Concierge Service, we can help you with all your needs during your stay in Bali, such as giving you tips just like this one on living in Bali, and giving you important updates and news, assistance on getting any of your health needs, maybe because of the change in weather, or something more general like visa renewals, language support, or even making local connections. So what are you waiting for? Register your interests with our Yaran Lease for Life offering right now through our website. The link should be in the description box below. And yeah, book a 30-minute call with myself so that we can discuss what's your next step going to look like in order for you to achieve your dream retirement here in beautiful Bali. And lastly, don't forget to click like and follow us on all of our socials for more insights on living and thriving in Bali. So as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.